Hello and welcome back to another video. In this problem, we're asked to find an expression for the function whose graph consists of the line segment from the point -2, 2 to the point -1, 0, together with the top half of the circle with center, the origin, and radius 1. So first let's work on the expression for the line segment. So we have 2 points, -2, 2, and -1, 0. We need to find the slope and the y-intercept. So the slope is equal to the change in y, so 0 minus 2, divided by the change in x, -1 minus -2. 0 minus 2 is -2. 1 minus -2 is -1 plus 2, which is 1. So the slope is equal to -2. Next, we just have to plug into the formula y equals mx plus b. We now know it's y equals -2x plus b. We can plug in x and y, so we have 0 is equal to -2 times x, -1 plus b. -2 times -1 is positive 2. Therefore, b is equal to -2. Therefore, the equation is -2x plus 2. So that is the expression for the function between these 2 points. We also have the top half of the circle with center, the origin, and radius 1. So for a circle with center hk and radius r, the equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. The center is the origin, so that's 0, 0. So we have x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals r squared. The radius is 1, so that's 1 squared. X minus 0 is just x squared, y minus 0 is just y squared, and 1 squared is 1. Subtracting x squared from both sides, we get y squared, these cancel, is equal to 1 minus x squared. Taking the square root of both sides, square root of y squared is just y, and this is equal to the square root of 1 minus x squared, except it has to be plus or minus, because the square root of a negative number would be negative whatever it actually is. So when you're taking the square root of a square, you have to say plus or minus. So this is the graph of the circle. We're only looking for the top half, so plus or minus, right, form the 2 halves. We're only looking for the top half, so it's just y is equal to positive square root of 1 minus x squared. So for this function, let's just call it f of x, it is equal to these 2 functions, -2x plus 2 and the square root of 1 minus x squared over certain domains. So for this function, x goes from -2 to -1. And in this function, the top half of the circle with the center, the origin, and radius 1, that means that its furthest away points, right, are 1 radius away from the center. So they're 1 radius away from the origin. So they are -1 and +1. And this is your function, f of x. The only caveat here to make it the technically correct is one of these has to be a less than sign, because it can't technically equal both of these functions at -1. At -1, these 2 functions do have the same value. However, it can't equal both, so we just make that one a less than sign. And now we have our function f of x.